What's going on, people? So before we go getting on into all this right here, real quick for you, if you look up here to my right, to your left, that guy up there, right, his dog's going through some rough times right now, no pun intended. And so far, things are looking all right. Got the surgery and all that stuff, and looks like he's going to recover just fine. But given the whole thing of how much that costs and whatnot, if you're out there and you happen to have a couple dollars to throw their way, find the Sneaker Hearts link down in the description and whatnot. Go on over there and throw a few dollars their way, help them out with that. Because I know some of you guys out there, you throw a couple dollars my way when I'm just sitting here talking about shoes. So if you got money for this, you should have money for that. I mean, that's actually important. What I do is, I don't know what you'd classify this as. Let me know. Leave that in the comments section. But anyways, on a serious note, yeah, go and help them out. So that way his dog can live a good life and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So just a bit of a follow-up to what I was saying at some point earlier in this video or later, depending on where I place this. So Stu, the dog, did not make it, unfortunately. Things just kind of took a weird turn after a while, and that was kind of that, unfortunately. It really sucks a lot, especially for Cam. He'd been very close with Stu for however long, I'm not exactly sure, but it's been a good while. And on top of that, he had been kind of helpful with taking the other dogs, like rescue dogs, things like that, from whatever weird situations they were living in, and helping them become functional pieces of normal dog society, or whatever the case may be. So his presence will be missed and all that good stuff. If you still want to donate, you still can, because obviously the bills and whatnot are still there. There's other stuff to pay for and whatnot. Or you can at least go and just say something nice. But either way, links are down there in the description. Do what makes sense. So, moving on to this right here. These I bought from Goat, which basically means that they have a somewhere between 100 and 100% chance of being fake. Just gonna put that out there because I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there that are like, oh no, those aren't real, they can't be real. Now we're all on the same page, right? So here's the thing, right? Quick backstory. Some of you guys know that I like my winter shoes, right? The utility type things, I'm really into that for some reason. And Air Maxes. So when you bring the two together, it makes me kind of want them. And this pair I wanted a while ago, but I think when I went to the store to buy them, that's when I saw the green pair and I bought that instead, because they may not have had this pair. I'm not sure. It was 2019. That was like forever ago at this point. I was about to say years ago, but obviously it was years ago. So anyways, I saw these on the Nike site, didn't buy them because I just didn't feel like spending the money. And then, of course, they sold out, and that's when all of a sudden I just had to have them. So years go by, whatever, somebody accepted a little bid that I put out on the Goat thing, and now I am the proud owner of this right here. What does this box say? Air Max 97 Utility in Sepia Stone and Racer Blue. Yeah, that. So that's pretty alright, I suppose. Though, if you saw the unboxing of these, I did it during a live on Sunday with the sneaker recap thing. This box does not give you the best warm fuzzy feeling now, does it? It's like it's super oversized. Like this looks like they just found this box that wasn't being used, took the sticker and put it on here. This box, it's kind of not sitting so well with me. And I get it. Some people would say it's just the box. What's it matter? I'm a box guy for one. I don't have that drop front money. So there's that piece of it. Also, I look at these things as a full experience when you buy something, you know? The box is just as much a part of the whole shoe, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, right? But I'll save that rant for another day, though I think it's over, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like it is. Either way, so I got these now, and we're going to talk about them. This right here, again, the Air Max 97 Wntr Utility in Sepia Stone and Racer Blue. I think that's what it said. And as we generally do with my reviews, we're going to start down here with the bottom real quick and get on through this thing. So, what you're looking at down there, it's kind of a sort of a gum bottom style that they have, and it's got a little bit of speckles mixed in there, kind of like salt in a sense. It almost looks like sand, you know what I mean, like from a beach, or wherever else you might find sand, I guess a desert. Moving on. Midsole, right? What you're looking at over here, you kind of still see a little bit of that gum peeking through, but you got that nice orange going on in the bubble area, so I do like that. It's very vibrant, you know? Otherwise, pretty much just your standard 97 outsole, right? Midsole, whatever. So you got that going on. Now let's go ahead and just move on up to the upper and talk about that. So I'll hit you with some pictures while I break some things down. So obviously you're going to notice that this does not quite look like the standard 97 because again, it is a winter style shoe. So it's going to be extra durable. So when you look down in here around like the toe box and stuff, if you get in close, hopefully the pictures are showing it. It's kind of like a very rough material. I don't know what's going on down there, but it is. It's not leather or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, it feels almost like a boot of some sort, but it makes sense for what this is, right? So you got that whole thing just lining down the lower areas there. So if you're going to find yourself across some puddles and whatnot, this is going to be there to make sure you get through it all right. And then moving on to the rest of the upper here, you got that same style, like circular thing that they have going on with the 97s, right? The thing is, there is a little bit of 3M mixed in there, and that's always a nice touch in my personal opinion. And I believe this area down here, that may also be 3M as well. I'll figure that out later. It just looks like it is for now, so I'll figure it out later, like I said. But up here, though, you've got that going on, the same sort of 3M thing, and that material is also different than your standard Air Max 97 material. I can't quite say what it is, but when you look at it really close, it feels kind of like it feels plasticky in a way. So I'm guessing that's going to be for like the water resistance and all that good stuff. But once you get a good look at it, you can probably say, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of understand what he might be trying to convey there. If you still don't understand, I get it. Don't worry about it. I'm not. So anyways, moving on past that, you got that thing going on in the alternating orange and the gray. And then swooping around to the back here, you've got this pull tab on the back. What's that saying? Durable, traction, visibility. So it's going to give you all three of those things because that's what these shoes are made for, right? Between the outsole and between the upper, you're going to get that out of them. Also, speaking of that visibility and whatnot, on the laces here, you see it does have the 3M laces, and there's also a second pack of 3M laces, right? So that's pretty cool. It's not often that I get 97s with 2 pairs of laces. My Radiant Reds, I believe those came with 2, and I think that was the only one. I don't even think the original Volt pair, or maybe it's Scream Green or Electro Green or whatever green, I don't think those came with 2 laces either. Either way, one thing I do like about the way they do the lacing is that it's somewhat hidden along the sides here. It's just one of my favorite things about the 97 look. And so moving on past the laces, once you get to the top, you do have a Nike swoosh in that racer blue that they were talking about on the side of the box. So that's going on with another little pull tab that just says Air Max Wntr Utility. Abbreviated Winter, of course, because, you know, not a lot of space on there. And so that mostly sums up everything about the outside of the shoe, I believe. One thing I'll mention real quick on the tongue is basically the same material as you saw down here on the upper, where the orange parts are, or Sepia Stone parts are. So anyways, we're going to move on and talk about the inside. Down there, what you're looking at, pretty much just that orange sort of midsole going on, or excuse me, insole going on down there with a silver swoosh. So pretty plain and pretty simple. Now, moving on past that, I'll save talking about like the upper for like the comfort and stuff in the next part of the video. But overall, just to hit you with my personal thoughts, excluding the whole presentation issues that GOAT has bestowed upon me, I am liking these. And as a matter of fact, I'll put it out there, one of the few 95s that I have ever seen that actually looked pretty decent was the 95 version of this. If you find it out there, I know some people have it, you know, I've seen it in my little Instagram thing, not a lot though. And those were one of the two 95s that I can think of looked pretty decent. The other pair being, I think, the throwback feature. But either way, so I saw these, I liked them, and now I'm finally getting them in hand and able to see them up close. And yeah, definitely nice. Glad I was able to get them under the retail price and all that good stuff. So whenever, you know, the need for a winter or utility type pair of shoes rolls around, I'm likely going to be pulling these out. I might pull them out this month. I'm wearing all new shoes for the month. Anyways, sizing. Let's stop that and just talk about what we need to talk about. I bought these in a 9.5, right? Because that's the size that I generally buy in all my shoes. So these, I will say, they fit like I would expect them to fit. The only issue there, and this, I don't really want to make it sound like an issue, but they might feel a little off for some people. Because that style of upper that they're doing here with all these different materials and whatnot and that extra insulation and everything, they're gonna feel a little bit smaller in some ways. I don't think they are. I think it's just the fact that they're just so rigid. You know what I mean? So I would still say to go with your normal true to size on these, but just to expect them to feel a little bit weird. Overall, if you wear them for a little while, they'll probably break in a little bit and all that good stuff. I only wear my other pairs so often because, you know, it's for rain and whatnot, and I've got like a few pair to rotate through. But I'm gonna say stick with your true to size on these, and you should be good. If you get them and that doesn't work out for you, I mean, you can always just wear some thinner socks perhaps. That's a thing that I do. But anyways, moving on past that, as far as like the comfort and everything, the 97, I'm not gonna say like, you know, it's worth singing the praises when it comes to like the comfort and everything, but I like it, right? It's an older style shoe, obviously, so it's only gonna be so great compared to modern things. But these, I did just wear a pair all day long, like 2 weeks ago or something, sometime in March. No complaints whatsoever. So I think that if you get a pair of these and you know you're gonna be out all day, maybe you're gonna be on some trails, maybe it's just rainy or whatever, and you're outside, you're gonna be good, in my personal opinion. But if you have some varying experience, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. But past that, I want to say that that's pretty much everything about the comfort and the sizing and whatnot. So let's just go ahead and wrap this thing up. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I got a live to do a little bit later. I'm going to sit around talking about night 1 of NXT Stand and Deliver, which is one of the worst pay-per-view names. I guess Great Balls of Fire was definitely worse. Anyways, and I think I got an action figure video or something to do after this, maybe. We'll see what happens. For now, later, people.